investors from inside and outside the country?
Right. Like you mentioned, right now the cash flow from these assets are not strong enough because the cash flow are naira based, and meanwhile for them to bring in investments into the sector, most of it has to come in foreign currency because the machinery and the contractors that will be working on expanding your power plant, they're going to be paid in dollars. So you actually need foreign currency a lot. You want to invest in the power sector. So now the company is very leveraged at the moment because they have already borrowed to finance their first acquisition of Transcorp. So now that we have seen weaker currency, that's in the foreign exchange market, and liability size has been expanded significantly to close to about $80 billion naira now rather. So now your cash flow hasn't changed that much. So in that kind of environment, you wouldn't be too much encouraged to go and leverage again, to do another expansion.
So you think right now, as an energy analyst, what's your advice to the board and management of Transcorp? They should focus on Ughelli, forget about this new $1 billion, and if they have any money on the floor or in the vault, they should put it on Ughelli power plant and get that up and running at optimum, right?
My advice would be two. Number one, if you see need to expand, you need to rely less on gas and look at other sources of power. We have abundant solar energy potential. We have potential in the wind sector as well. So I think if they really need to expand at the moment, maybe they need to think about diversifying the source now from natural gas to other sources. And two, I think it's time for them to optimize those assets first, to squeeze it as much as possible in order to generate enough cash flow to at least reduce some of their leverage position before trying to now expand, organically.
Do you think the problem or the knotty issue regarding new tariffs is a problem here? If you have a new investor, and I want you to speak specifically to the tariff regime, anyone who wants to bring in new money will look at the price at the marketplace. If it's in the oil sector, you're looking at the price of crude oil. If you're doing it at the downstream, you're looking at the price of petrol at the pump, isn't it? So if the energy folks, the power distributors, are locked down at the courts or at the National Assembly and unable to raise tariffs, how would anyone who wants to put money into a power generating company, a brand new one to start with?
Right. Thanks for that question, Brian. To address that question, I think it is twofold. Number one issue is tariff, which has been partly addressed when the power minister, Mr. Batunde Fashola, when he came into the scene. He've addressed that by implementing the micro 2 tariff structure, which has increased the price of electricity by about 40% nationwide. But the second issue is that although they have increased the price of electricity, the amount of money that the distribution companies are able to recuperate from their customers is not enough to fully service the entire value chain, because there is lots of default, both at the private company level and the public sector level. Just last month, the Association of Electricity Distribution released a statement that they are being put close to 100 billion naira. So that means that if the distributors cannot efficiently, recuperate the entire amount they are being owed, they will not have enough money to pay to the transmission network, and then the bulk trader will not be able to service their liability to the gencos. So I think the problem right now is that the public sector, I'm talking about the ministry, joint and agencies and legislators now, they have to ensure that they pay off their debt which they are going to the power companies to ensure that the value chain functions efficiently. So that's the first part of it. And then on tariff, I would think that the Ministry of Power will work with the judiciary to ensure that the issue is fully resolved.
Okay, Omotola Abimbola, we thank you very much for your time this morning, bringing some perspectives on this very important story. $1 billion Transcorp Shelving, a new power plant project. Tola, thank you so much for your time once again. Research analyst at Afrinvest, an investment and securities firm here on our markets. Let's get back to what's making headlines this week, something you need to focus on. On Saturday, Nigeria's Finance Minister Kemi Adeosun, the head of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, Mr. Fowler, and Mr. Nwankwo, who is the Director General of the Debt Management Office, and the Securities and Exchange Commission Chief, Monir Guazu, were in Lagos with their team, meeting together to discuss how to solve some issues around the multiple tax levels in the Nigeria capital market, as well as the cost of doing business at the Nigeria's marketplace. The rising unclaimed dividend, what's to be done about it. The DMO chief also provide updates on the state of state government borrowing at the capital market. Those issues have been discussed, and what we have on authoritative sources is that the Securities and Exchange Commission will release a statement today regarding those decisions reached in Lagos over the weekend with the Finance Ministry, the FIRS, the DMO, and the SEC. Meantime, the third quarter Capital Markets Committee meeting holds on Tuesday, this tomorrow, to give us updates on the roadmap for the capital market. Tola Moboluri is the chairman of the council on that roadmap. They will present their report since that committee was set up and inaugurated to the wider market. That will be a lot of closed-door discussions tomorrow. We expect the SEC to brief the financial media on Wednesday. Meantime, Keystone Bank set to let go and sell the third bridge bank by name Keystone Bank. That is expected to be concluded before the end of this month. Enterprise and Main Street banks were sold in 2014 and 2015. Three of those bridge banks that were warehoused by the authorities a couple of years ago. Now, you can bank in the sun. A new commercial bank by the name SunTrust is set to begin operations on Broad Street, increasing the number of Nigeria's commercial banks by one. This is the first of such fresh licensing by the financial regulator in nearly 20 years. We'll be discussing in the next few minutes the state of Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, set up in 2010 at the peak of the banking sector regulation. Bismarck Rawani is live here in the studios.